A record-breaking number of entries made this year's Bute Energy Welsh Cup the most prestigious and competitive yet. From the rugged beauty of North Wales to the vibrant urban heartlands of the south, teams from every corner of the country came together for the 30th edition of the Bute Energy Welsh Cup. This is more than just a tournament. It's a celebration of community and commitment, united by a love for the game and driven by shared dreams. Our journey begins in Kamarvin, a town steeped in history and home to a rising force in Welsh women's football, Carmarthen Town Football Club, with former Adran Premier star Hannah Pusey helping to shape their journey.
Carmarthen Town Football Club was established 1948. This is the third time that we've had a women's section here. The side is going well. We've grown the setup. We've introduced an under-19s team and our development team for the senior women.
Yeah, really loving it at the moment. Yeah, it's really good. We've got a good bunch of girls, good environment. Kamarvin sets really high standards for us. And play and enjoy, that's the main thing really. And if you're enjoying, then you tend to play better anyway. We
have ambitions to start a little earlier and bring in under 14s and 16s players, and then hopefully over time we'll introduce everything from about 8s up. So we are looking to form some kind of sustainable pathway for girls football. Hannah Pusey I first met when I was working up in Aberystwyth. Very good player. She's a very hard worker, technically good footballer, great attitude, and brought a lot to that team. When I then came to Carmarthen Town, she followed closely afterwards and joined us, and she just brings a great positive attitude, exceptional work rate, and I think last year she ended up, not last season, the season before, ended up top scorer in the league, and again chipped in with a good number of goals for us last year as well. So a good, aggressive, forward-facing player, but also someone that will work for the whole of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I started at the age of 16. Basically started in the Central Wales Performance Centre then. Once I turned 16 then I got the chance to sign for Aberystwyth. So I played there until I was 18, and then I decided to go to uni, went to Cardiff Met. So I played there for 2 years. Yeah, I went back then to Aber. And then Kamarvin, then I heard that they were doing a new women's team. Yeah, I signed for them.
Having had that experience in the Welsh Premier League, I think her experience has been tantamount to some of the success we've had, as have a couple of the other players that have played at that level. The younger players that we've had come through have grown playing alongside these players. Hannah's very approachable, she's easy to talk to, always has a smile on her face when she plays, and I think all the girls gravitate towards her and respect her for what she's done. She's a great player to have in the team, and somebody I know I can always depend on.
I think it'd mean a lot to us to have a really good cup run, just to see where we're at as a club, because we could face anyone during the cup run. So yeah, we take today as it comes, and then if we do get through, we'd be interested to see how far we can go.
With qualifying complete, 32 teams kicked off round 1. But in true Welsh fashion, the weather had other plans. Many opening fixtures were postponed. Our crew made a quick U-turn from Taffswell back to capture the action between Cardiff Met and Barry. With a convincing win under their belt, Barry Town progressed to the second round along with 15 other teams. We visited the coming-of-age team, Johnstown, as they prepared to face Pontypridd United.
We are the underdogs and we've raised a few eyebrows and nobody's given us a blink this year.
I was actually one of the first coaches that put the senior female team in together, but they've come on leaps and bounds and we are so proud of every single one of them. Gavin and Kevin are doing a fantastic job with them.
The last round where we went up to Carmarthen United, who were a couple of leagues above us, which was, I think the girls started realising how good they were. We were up there, of course we were underdogs, and we were 3-0 up after 12 minutes, and they really couldn't contain us. We beat them 5-2, should have been maybe 10-11, but really pleased with just the way they're performing and training this year.
I would say that Johnstown is such a family-orientated club that everyone will support everyone, so I think that's a massive factor. And I'd also say that the two coaches, Kev and Gav, have been with them since, some of the girls since under 10s. So to push through that is amazing. The girls know a familiar face week in, week out, and they just grow with them. And as a little girl from here, I think I will always support the club and what it's become, because it's so amazing to see a grassroots team become a platinum club.
The main focus for us as a club here is all to keep it fun. We've built a safe environment for both boys and girls to develop their skills and just fall in love with the game, really.
Very proud of them and I hope they smash it today.
We hope the club keeps going. It's tough at grassroots level, but we've had really good continuity over the years where you go up the age group and it feeds the ladies at the top end. So yeah, we've got a really good group, 17s, 16s, 15s. So yeah, it's a great club and we just want to keep going and see what we can achieve.
Pontypridd, who would later in the season be promoted to the Adran Premier, ran out winners, but Johnstown are a team to watch. A few weeks later, in the quarterfinals, a clash of two of Cymru's biggest teams. Swansea City headed to Wrexham. The Swans' attack was led, as ever, by a legendary domestic player, Stacey John Davis. A three-time champion of the Welsh League, twice Welsh Cup winner and a winner of the Adran Premier trophy.
When I began playing with the Swans back in 2013, they were the team that everybody wanted to beat and be a part of, you know, watching their success. So very exciting time to kind of challenge myself in coming to a club like this. Something I think not a lot of players in Wales can say, like male and female, can say they've played European football. So to be one of those players, it makes me like incredibly proud.
I first met Stace. I'd been at the club, I think it was a year before Stacey signed, and obviously we've been playing football together for the last 12 years. Yeah, she's been brilliant since she's come in and we've really developed a good friendship over the years. Stacey is really committed. She's had lots of highs and lows in her career.
I've overcome numerous injuries, but I think as of late, to overcome 3 broken collarbones and a dislocated shoulder, I think has been some of the biggest challenges that football's ever given me in the last 12 to 18 months, both personally, mentally and as a part of his team.
Her determination and her resilience to bounce back is obviously, you know, something that we all look up to. I think Stacey has a huge impact on the development of football in Wales. I mean, she goes to lots of girls' football clubs and does training sessions and meets the young girls, and you can see that obviously they idolise her and really look up to her. So I think that's just part of what Stacey brings to it, but the fact that she's in and around the score sheet every week, her name's around on social media, obviously everyone's looking up to her, especially the younger generation. So yeah, she's definitely pushing it forward and hopefully she can continue to do so.
Women's domestic football has developed massively since 2013. You think back to where it was to where it is now, it's completely different. The investment, time, everything that goes into it now, you know, obviously there's a money factor as well, but just the standard of the game alone from where it is and the professionalism now that is within the game, I think is incredible, and I hope it just continues to go on the up for women's football in Wales.
third title Welsh Cup winners medal this season for Stacey. Wrexham delivered a stunning performance to claim their first win in 11 years over Swansea at the Rock. That victory saw them join Cardiff City, the New Saints and Pontypridd United in the semi-finals. With everything to play for in Aberystwyth, the big question was, could the New Saints bring Cardiff's 3-year cup run to an end? TNS were the surprise team of the season. They picked up their first ever major trophy when winning the Adran Trophy against Swansea in February, and had made everyone sit up in pre-season with the signing of former Manchester City, Burnley and Cymru international Maria Francis-Jones as she returned to her hometown team.
The Welsh Cup's really important in terms of progressing through and going one further than we ever have done before. That's our aim and target. So for us it's something that we've never achieved, and hopefully today we can push on to try and achieve that.
The Welsh Cup means to me everything really, and to do it with this team as well means a lot to me.
Last year we made the semi-final. Unfortunately we didn't go one further to the final, but hopefully we're trying to put that right today and go one further.
Yeah, some people see it as a gamble, me moving to the Adran Premier, but for me it's where I'm happy, and yeah, I haven't looked back since.
I don't think she did take a gamble. The minute we knew she was coming back home, which is so local to us, we knew we had to snap her up and look at the impact she's had on the league, and I think every single team's followed suit in trying to attract good players like her.
Yeah, with a lot of the teams going semi-professional in the league now, their standards improving season by season. There are a lot of good players in this team that could play international football, and obviously there is Caitlin and our team's playing for international football for Gibraltar, so yeah, I think probably in the future that players from the Adran will play for Wales.
I think it's important that girls locally have teams that they can go and play for. Naturally, players have gone over to the English leagues. Now you're seeing players coming back to us, so it's massive.
What a clash. As expected, it was a tightly fought battle, but the reigning champions Cardiff City edged their way into the final with a hard-earned 1-0 win, keeping their title defence alive. Over at Latham Park, Wrexham faced Pontypridd United, both sides hungry for a place in the final.
Yeah, unbelievable to get into the final again. Big performance from the girls, and hopefully we're going to take the cup.
Wrexham, with that red-hot form after Christmas, cruised into the final with a convincing 4-0 win. It all set up a repeat of last year's showdown against reigning champions Cardiff City at Rodney Parade. With a packed crowd, blazing sunshine and an electric atmosphere, the stage was set once again. Could Wrexham finally overcome the Bluebirds and lift the trophy? Or would Cardiff's grip on the cup prove too strong?
Cardiff's always a big game for us, whether it's in the league or in the cup, so everyone's hyped and ready to go today. We've prepped well, we've had a good kind of week and a half of training, so
yeah, it's going to be a big game, and I think both teams are going to be gunning for it, but hopefully, yeah, we can get a bit of revenge for last year today.
Well, Niamh, congratulations, a 4th consecutive Bute Energy Welsh Cup trophy. How does that feel?
It's massive, you know. Some of us are speechless, you know. There's tears on the girls' faces, you know. We've worked really hard for it, and you know, we thoroughly deserved it. You know, it's a performance to be proud of.
An intense final, but what do you think was the difference today?
Our work ethic. We worked harder. We wanted it more. And our overall quality, you know, there's individuals out on there who have had their best performance this season, and you can't take that away from them. You know, we've worked really, really hard for this final.
And so, Cardiff City lift the cup for the 4th consecutive year, unbeaten, unstoppable, and soaring higher than ever. But as the game grows at an incredible pace across the nation, with new contenders rising and pushing the limits, one thing is certain. This golden era for the Bluebirds won't go unchallenged. The future of Welsh women's football is bright, and the race for the next chapter has already begun.